In this video, we're going to quickly run through how to make a program promo, and this is your production assignment. Now, I'm going to do this really quickly, so I'm only going to spend hopefully just a few minutes kind of running through the basics of putting this together. But your promos will be a little more in-depth and should involve a couple of different music sources and maybe some kind of sound effect or sample, and certainly your voice as well, and some use of the effects. So we'll look quickly at one or two things that we could try, but you're welcome to experiment with the effects as well and come up with something with that. So while this example is going to be really brief and really simple, it should cover the basics and is something that you can kind of use to refresh your memory from our in-class demonstration and give you something to work with. So to prepare for this, you should have a short kind of script written for what your program promo will be. The one I'll do will just be about 15 seconds long, but yours should be just a little bit longer. I just have like 2 sentences, so for yours you might be talking about just maybe 4 sentences or so. It's not a lot of text, but we'll start by recording the audio. In the event that we'll just start by hitting record and making sure that things are working. So you can see the levels are coming up here, and the levels are working here as well. So we know that the recording is working. If you're having problems with that, just double check that your mic is in fact plugged into the computer in the proper spot, that this level is up, and if you're in the studio that if you're using the studio, you probably won't be, but that the mixer's on and that you're getting the mic level on the mixer as well. So let me do a quick recording of my voice for this promo. Tune in to Test Signal with Mr. Cordner for a half hour of retro hits and new songs. Test Signal on Radio Moet, on the web at moettech.com. Okay, so that was a really brief message. I might split it. Radio Moet on the Test Signal. So I might split it right here, just because I might want to move it around a little bit. So I'll just copy this, select it, and then just the usual cut and paste. I need a new track to paste it into, so I'll put it in there. And I think there's a little bit of noise. Tune in. There's just me taking a breath, so I'll take that out as well. Now I'm going to import some music. If you're you should have some music picked. I'd recommend bringing it in on a thumb drive, because it'll make it a lot easier. There's really no easy way to pull something off of an iPod here in the class, so thumb drive is the way to go. I chose this just because there's a little bit of a sample at the beginning I thought might be good to use, so I'll just see. Tune in to Test Signal with me. I'm going to hit solo. This will just play this track, so we won't hear me.
Do you like music?
Yes.
Why don't you put a record on?
Okay, so that's just a goofy sample to add in there. So what I thought this would do is have this sample and then there'll be some other music. So I'm going to import another audio file, which is here. Now obviously I won't be using this whole file. So what I think I'll do is I'll just kind of cut it off here, because I know that there's not much I can do otherwise. I'll just cut it off. I'll wind it back, and so it's a new order track from some very old album at this point, but we'll try to arrange this now in a way that makes sense. So I'll minimize these for a moment. So I have that to start this sample here. And I'll use this time shift tool to pull my voice parts out a bit. And I'll pull this out a bit too, because that's not going to start until this sample's done. So I've taken solo off and just...
Do you like music?
Yes.
Why did you put a record on?
Okay, so obviously the timing is a little off there. I'll just fix that with the time shift tool again, and I'll have it come in like right on top of that.
Do you like music?
Yes.
Why did you put a record on?
Okay, so in comes the music, then probably, so maybe about there I would have the voice start, so I'll pull that over here. And tune in to Test Signal with Mr. Cordner for a half hour of retro hits and new songs. And I'll have the other voice bit here. And I'm going to use the envelope tool so that when my voice is coming up, I don't want the music to kind of be, I don't want it competing, so I'll just bring this over like that, and I'll let the music come back up for a moment, and then I'll add another control point there and fade it again for this bit, and then I might have it come up just for a moment. Something seems to be happening there, so I might have it fade out just as it does that kind of final bit there, and then I would cut it off. So that was really quick and rough, but we can kind of see how that sounds.
Do you like music?
Yes.
Why did you put a record on?
Tune in to Test Signal with Mr. Cordner for a half hour of retro hits and new songs. Test Signal on Radio Moet, on the web at moettech.com. Okay, so that was, there's definitely some tweaking I could do there, and I could certainly put on some kind of special effects. Maybe just quickly I'll do something on this one here.